Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel for another brief yoga class. Today's class is going to be about a 40-ish minute slow flow class. And we're going to take it very slow vinyasa. You can use this as an evening wind down time or maybe a morning warm up just to ease into your chill days. And we're just going to take it nice and slow and decompress a little bit. This is a great class to do in the middle of the work week when you're starting to feel a little burnt out. Hopefully we can get you feeling a little bit more rejuvenated. So, of course, if you have any injuries or pains or discomfort in the body or the mind, you know best. And if there's any pose or instruction that I give that doesn't feel right for you, please listen to your body knows best. And with that being said, we'll just go ahead and get started on our backs. So go ahead and come to your back. And you can either keep the knees bent or let them go and come to your corpse pose. I prefer this. And just get settled on the floor and make yourself comfortable. The hands can be resting on the belly or to the sides of the body. Just go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top and exhale, let it go. Again, take an even deeper breath. Hold it at the top and exhale with an audible sigh, let it go. Good. And just let yourself lay here. Notice where your natural breath is. Just notice what it feels like to breathe today without trying to control. Notice the temperatures of the air coming in, the quality of the air, the depth of the breath. Just notice. Good, and with every exhale, sinking a little bit deeper into the ground. We'll begin to move into our 3-part breath. And we're going to go one by one, breathing in through the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then we'll put it all together at the end. So first we'll start with the belly. You can bring your palms to the belly for extra awareness. It's not necessary, but it might help. And you're going to breathe in through just the belly, keeping every other part of the body where it is. When you inhale, the belly will expand, push into the hands. And exhale, deflate the belly as if it's a balloon, pulling the navel back into the midline. Again, inhale, belly expands. And exhale, deflate the belly. Do this a few times on your own. Good. On your next inhale, move the hands to the sides of the ribs, cupping the sides of the ribs like this. Again, optional, but might help bring some extra awareness. And on your next inhale, breathe in through just the ribs. This time, the belly stays exactly where it is. Try to keep the chest down as well. Exhale, deflate the ribs, pulling them back in. Inhale, expand all sides of the body. Feel the back of the ribs pressing into the floor. And exhale, release. few of these on your own. You can hear my lovely birds, maybe. And on your next inhale, bring the hands to the chest. They can rest on the heart, on the collarbones. And this time, keeping the navel and the ribs exactly where they are, inhaling through just the chest. Expanding up through the chest, the collarbones, even up to the throat. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, push into the hands. And exhale, release. A few of these on your own. Good. On your next exhale, release the hands back down to the ground or to the belly, wherever they were resting before, and just let go of all control of the breath for just a moment. Breathing naturally without changing anything. And we'll go ahead and put all three parts together for our full 3-part breath. So on your next inhale, start by breathing in through the belly, then breathe in through the ribs, and then finally the chest. Breathe in, expand, 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 hold it at the top, and exhale, drop the belly first, then the ribs, then the chest. Again, inhale, belly, ribs, chest, and exhale, belly, ribs, and chest. A couple of these on your own. See if you can make the exhale a little bit slower and longer than the inhale. Make this next round your last. And again, just release control of the breath. Let the body breathe you. And just notice how you feel now. If there was any changes, maybe there wasn't, that's okay too. And on your next natural inhale, bend the knees so the feet come to plant on the mat. You can either keep the feet hip-width distance apart and the knees apart, or you can take the feet wider to the edges of the mat and knock the knees together. I personally find this a bit more comfortable, but it's totally up to you. And from here, you'll notice a small gap between your low back, your lumbar curve, and the ground. And most likely nobody can see this gap, but you can feel it. It's the one spot on the back that maybe isn't pressing into the ground as hard. And on your next inhale, tilt the hips and the pelvis forward, making the gap a bit smaller, if that makes sense. Smushing the space. Exhale, tilt the hips forward again, accentuating the curve. Inhale, flatten the space. Exhale, tilt forward again. And just take a couple of these pelvic tilts on your own, linking breath to movement. Really slow here. You're in no rush. Good. You can release the legs back down. Maybe stretch the legs long and the arms up overhead, giving yourself a big morning stretch. I'm going to hug this plant right here. Inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, hug the knees in towards the belly. And just rock in some circles here, massaging the low back. And wherever you are, start going the opposite direction. Good. Inhale, squeeze both knees in super tight. And exhale, release the right leg long and use the right hand to pull the left knee over to the right side. The left arm can be on the side of the body, it can be out on the ground beside you, but just make sure that the left shoulder is still on the ground. So if your knee isn't all the way to the ground, that's okay. It can be up here, or you can leave it up here. Just gently stretching. You can look past the left hand if you want a little bit more neck involved. And inhale, use the hands to bring the knee back in. Bring the right knee back into the left to meet it and give yourself a little roll, evening out the spine. Inhale, give yourself a squeeze, and exhale, this time the left leg goes long. And use the left hand to pull the right knee out to the side. Again, right arm can be laying out stretched beside you, and the gaze can be over the right fingertips. Just making sure the shoulder is still nice and solid on the ground. Imagine your body is like a wet towel and we're wringing out all the water, all the stress of the day, the week. Let it go with every exhale. Good. Inhale, bring the knee back and the left knee to meet it. Give yourself a big squeeze. And from here, lift the legs a little bit so the hands can tuck under the knees, cross the ankles, and just start to gently rock your spine back and forth. Start with very gentle movements here. Really think of this as you're massaging your back. And maybe you hit a plant like me. And slowly start to build a little bit more momentum. Coming a little bit further up and then back down. Maybe you come all the way up, barely touch the feet, and then come back. And eventually rock yourself up to a seat. Beautiful. Face you all. From here, inhale, lift the arms up above the head, and exhale, drop the left hand to the side body and the right arm over the ear, stretching the right side body. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the right hand to the ground and the left arm above the ear. Again, inhale, come up, and exhale, release. And just do this a couple rounds on your own. Maybe each exhale, bend a little bit deeper, but making sure that both hips are even on the ground. And next time your left arm is up, when you exhale, reach forward and sweep the arm across the ground, and then bring the right overhead. Again, on the other side. Taking big spinal movements here. Good, and eventually come back to stillness. And inhale the arms up overhand, and exhale the right arm is going to go to plant behind the sacrum and the left hand on the knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist to the back of the room, looking over your right shoulder. couple breaths here. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, and twist again. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the arms back up overhead. Stretch up, look up, and exhale. You can release the hands behind you, uncross the legs, and plant them in two 90-degree angles. So the knees are bent. And we're just going to give ourselves some windshield wiping here, warming up the hips. Good, and when you feel complete here, just make your way to a nice tabletop. Bringing the wrists stacked directly under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. From here, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin into the chest. Cat and cows. Do a couple rounds on your own. Maybe you bring some intuitive movement here, making circles, and then rounding the spine, sinking back to the heels. You can close your eyes and just listen to what your body is asking for. Maybe get the neck involved, rotating it in some circles, and wherever you are, go the opposite direction. Good. Eventually, come back to stillness, and just flip the palms to be the opposite direction. You might want to walk them a little bit closer to the knees if this is a bit uncomfortable. And just walk the hands in circles. Maybe massaging them a little bit on the ground, just warming up the wrists. And plant them directly under the shoulders again. Tuck the toes. Exhale, sink back to your heels and slowly push yourself up to down dog. Good. You can walk the dog, bending into one knee and straightening the other leg. Again, just taking some slow, intuitive movement here. Maybe you come up on the tippy toes and sink back down. Your next inhale, bend the knees, look forward, and slowly, step by step, walk yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Let the hands hang low. Drop the head heavy, looking towards the knees. You can grab your elbows and swing from side to side if you'd like. Hanging out in our forward fold. Your next exhale, release the palms. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, slowly, keep the knees bent. Just slowly round yourself up to standing. Beautiful. Either keep the feet hip-width distance apart here, or bring the big toes to touch and the heels slightly apart, if you can see. And lift the shoulders up towards the ears and rotate them back. Release the palms to the sides of the body. Tuck the chin in slightly. And just stand in your Tadasana for a moment. We won't be doing too much standing, but feel your strength here. Feel strong and showing up for yourself. Taking time to decompress. We'll just move through some half sun salutations here. So inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Lengthen the spine, look up, reach up, and exhale, hinge from the hips and fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, keep a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale again, slowly round yourself up to standing. Lift the arms up, look up, reach up. Exhale, release. Hands back down to the sides of the body. Again, inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees can be bent in your forward folds. And when you come to standing, straighten the legs, roll yourself up. Arms up. And exhale, release. Start to feel the movements in your body. Maybe rotate the neck. Check in with how you're feeling, where the body is at today, how it feels to be moving. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. And this time, exhale, come back down to your forward fold. Just hanging in your forward fold here for another moment. You can release the hands if they were on the elbows. And from here, step your right foot back and land it. You can land the knee. We'll just come into a nice low lunge. You can use blocks here or water bottles or books if you have them, but totally not necessary. You can also use a pillow under the back knee if this is a little bit uncomfortable. And we'll just chill in our low lunge for a little bit. You can untuck the back toes or keep them tucked, up to you. Sinking into the hip flexor. Long, deep breathing here. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale, push the hips back to the heels, straightening the front leg. Keeping the foot flexed. And we're going to stretch this whole back of the leg here. Couple breaths in your half splits. If you want to take it a bit further, you can sink the hips all the way back to sit on the back leg. Good. Inhale, come back to your low lunge. You can move the blocks if you have them. Plant the hands. Inhale, push up, and just step the right foot back up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, step the left foot back. Plant the foot, plant the knee, and come into your low lunge. Deep breathing here. Your next exhale, straighten the front leg, sending the hips back. Flex the front foot and straighten the back leg. Stretch the calf, stretch the hamstrings. Again, if you want to sit all the way back, that's more than welcome as well. Inhale, come on back up to your low lunge. Remove the blocks if you have them. This time, plant the hands, lift the back knee, and step the right foot back to meet the left in plank. Inhale here and exhale, release the knees, then lower yourself down to the ground. Belly, then chest. Inhale, come up for a baby cobra. Hands are under the shoulders, lifting the chest, looking up. Exhale, release the forehead down. Inhale, come back up. Make your cobra a little bit stronger. And exhale, come back to your down dog. Maybe notice any changes in how the legs feel now. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, and slowly walk or step yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Look up, reach up with the hands. And exhale, release, Tadasana. Stand in your mountain pose once again. Slow, deep breathing here. We're in no rush. Inhale, we're going to move into our Surya Namaskara B. So bend the knees, sit back, and sweep the fingertips across the mat. And lift the chest, keeping the knees bent. Chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Here, plant the hands and step back to plank. And flow or come straight to down dog. Up to you. We'll all meet in down dog. And on your next inhale, lift the right leg and bring it up between the hands, planting it at the top of the mat. And the back foot, you can pop it up a little bit if you need to. Plant it at a 45-degree angle. Good. Square the hips with the front of the mat, keeping a bend in the right knee. Use your core to slowly lift yourself up to warrior one. Take some long, deep breaths here. Separate the shoulders from the ears. Don't wear your shoulders as earrings. Keep the hips totally square without losing the bend in the knee. Beautiful. Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands at the mat again. Step the feet back to plank and flow. You can always take a child's pose if you want a bit more time to chill. And when you're ready, meet us back in down dog. Our next inhale, we'll step the left foot between the hands, planting the back foot at 45 degrees, squaring the hips, keeping a bend in the left knee. And inhale, bring the arms up and the chest up, warrior one. Long, deep breathing here. Beautiful. Open the chest. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up, reach up, and exhale, bring the hands back down, stepping back to plank, and flow it through. Or child's pose, or down dog. Anything you feel today. We'll meet in down dog for 5 long, deep breaths. Let it go with a sigh at any point. With every exhale, sinking the heels a little bit deeper into the ground. Good, and from here, just release the knees to the far edges of the mat. Bring the big toes to touch and sink back to your child's pose. Nice and slow here. Not an active child's pose. We're not reaching and stretching the back. We're just resting the arms in front of us. Sinking into the floor. Give yourself some appreciation for being on your mat right now, or your hypothetical mat if you're just on carpet or floor or grass. You got yourself here. That's incredible. You deserve this rest, slowness. Inhale, use the hands to lift yourself back up to tabletop. Bring the knees back in together. And we'll just push into our down dog once more. And we'll inhale, step the right foot outside the right hand. Pushing the knee into the arm, we're going to lift the left hand, opening up to the side. Beautiful. Exhale, release the hand, drop the back knee, and just hang out in your lizard stretch. You can untuck the back toes if you want to take it a little bit further. Come down to the ground. You can also use blocks here if the ground feels a bit far away. Deep breaths here. Inhale, use the hands to push yourself back up slowly. Release the block or book if you had one. Heel toe the foot back inside the hand. Plant the hands and step back to down dog. Wonderful. This time, step the left foot outside the left hand. Push the arm and the elbow into the left knee. Plant the left hand nice and firm. And inhale, open up the right arm. Last bit of strength, I promise. Exhale, release the arm, drop the back knee, untuck the toes if they're tucked, and hang out in your lizard. I like to use a block here. Up to you. Good. Your next inhale, slowly come back up. Move the block out of the way, heel toe the foot back in between the hands, lift the back knee up, and come into your down dog once more. Last opportunity to take a vinyasa flow here if you'd like it. Up to you. We'll all meet back in Adho Mukha down dog. And this time we'll step the right foot up to the mat, but instead of stepping it through the hands, we'll plant the knee behind the wrist. Keeping the leg as parallel to the top of the mat as possible. Scooch the right leg back and come into your pigeon pose. Inhale, bring the fingertips to the top of the mat, opening the chest, looking up. Exhale, you can stay here or drop down to the ground. Let the exhale take you deeper into your stretch. Slowly come back up on your inhale. Use the hands to push yourself up. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes again. I sometimes like to scooch the leg back up a little bit. And use your strength to lift the back knee and lift the right leg back to down dog. Stretch it out, walk your dog. Notice the changes in the body, the mind. And we'll do the same on the left, bringing the left knee behind the left wrist, scooching the back leg out. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Exhale, come into your version of pigeon. Breathe into the tight spots. And exhale, let them go a little bit more. Your next inhale, use the hands to slowly come on out, pushing yourself up, popping the back leg forward a little bit if you need to. And come into our last down dog. And release the knees and make your way to sit. I like to cross the ankles and come down this way. And we'll meet in a sit with our legs outstretched in front of us. Flex the feet, and you can pick the skin up out from under the body to find your sit bones a little easier. From here, we'll bring the right foot inside the left thigh. Lift the arms up and release the right hand to outside the left knee, straightening your spine in one line with the left leg. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, fold over the left leg, Janu Shirsasana. Your hands can be wherever is comfortable. Maybe that's here today, maybe the ankle, maybe the toes. And once you find that sticky spot, just fold into it. Inhale, slowly release the hands from wherever they are and use them to walk yourself back up. Release the right leg out in front to meet the left again. Give it a little shake, a little bit of movement. And we'll just do the same with the right side. So bringing the left foot inside the right thigh, picking the skin up from under the body if that helps you find your even sit bones. Lift the arms up overhead and drop the left hand outside the right knee, straightening the spine with the leg. Inhale, look up, reach up, and exhale, fold over the leg. However far you are today is beautiful and more than enough. Just breathe. Inhale, slowly come back up, using the hands to lift you up. Release the leg, give them a shake, and we'll just come into one more seated posture, a wide-legged forward fold. So from here, just extend the legs out. Again, you can lift up the booty, finding your sit bones, and spread the legs as far as they'll go. Maybe it's not very far. This is always a tough one for me. I'm very tight in the hips. We'll just inhale with a straight back, and exhale, hinge forward as far as you can, bringing the hands out in front of you. Maybe inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. Use your inhale to slowly come on up. And use the hands under the knees to pull them back up. And from here, like we did in the beginning, windshield wiper the legs. Notice the hips now, if they feel any different, if they feel the same. We're not looking for anything here, just noticing. And eventually, make your way to your back, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae down. Beautiful. Inhale, give yourself a big stretch. I'll hug my plant again. Exhale, hug the knees in. Give yourself a big hug. Rock from side to side. Give yourself this hug to appreciate showing up today. Appreciate the practice of yoga for the sense of well-being it brings to your life. And release the legs when you feel ready. You can take any last movements here, maybe knee circles, maybe a happy baby. Just taking anything your body is asking for, or come straight down, bringing the legs to the long sides of the mat, the arms beside your body, straight spine. Go ahead and take a deep breath in when you arrive. Exhale, let it go with a deep sigh. Good. Your next inhale, the deepest you've taken all day, all week, all year. Let it go. With every exhale, melt into the floor a little bit deeper. Shavasana. The video will end now, but you're more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. Namaste.